Hi, it's Joy and today I'm going to be watching Stargirl Season 2, Episode 11, Summer School, Chapter 11. I am stressed because Courtney's been dragged into the Shadow Realm, but I'm also excited to learn more about the Shadow Realm and just excited to watch. So a reminder that as always you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon. And let's go! Do they know what's happened? Like, did Pat call? He didn't call ahead. I suppose you want to tell in person, but... Or was it more a case of they knew, but like, seeing it is worse? It's all gonna be fine. So it's like a shadow version of their real world. Oh my gosh, can you see the real world, but they can't see you? Or no, there's just other people here. This doesn't look like where Dr. Snyder was. But it is where Cindy was sent, right?
Very good. Very, very good. You know,
is this the afterlife?
I absolutely do.
What?
Are you gonna lie to me again?
Oh wow. Is this like Courtney's nightmare world? Is it a Courtney specific shadow realm? Is this really Cindy? This is really Cindy and she can see the Courtney bed real blood.
Cynthia.
Oh lord, they're both seeing their nightmares.
You.
Or their mistakes and their insecurities.
I'm not doing this again.
Gosh.
Hurry up, Daddy.
How much time has she been through? How many times has she been through this?
How did you get here?
Same way as you.
Eclipso was born in a little girl's bedroom.
Courtney.
It's called the Shadowland. Sometimes it's fun. I've killed my father.
I mean, it's sort of cathartic.
So many times. Okay, that's psychotic.
Yes.
It's me, Courtney.
Did she overhear this as a child, or is it like her imagined?
Ended all my dreams.
No, your mother's never thought this.
Every day.
That wasn't real.
It was your worst fears, my love.
Find a way out of here.
Work together. Courtney chooses to act on the good and not the bad, which makes her a better person than you.
I'm stuck.
Sweetheart, it's literally your fault that Courtney is stuck here because you went and got the fucking diamond and were using it like it was a toy. Okay, so wake up and accept your own accountability.
You're the one who brought Eclipso into this. I needed his darkness to put out your light.
No, you didn't.
How did that work for you? You started all of this.
You!
I started all of this? Dad cut me up like a lab rat.
This is why you should have ditched his path the first point you could.
My dad paid for what he did.
Okay.
And I'm never gonna be scared of him again.
Well, if that was true, you wouldn't be crying.
My version of paradise, so just bring it on.
It's gonna be your mum, because you killed her by accident. That's who you're afraid of. Your actual worst day. But see, Cindy, I agree with you that, like, your dad, I mean, I can't even imagine what you've been through with your dad, but you then choosing to continue the line of darkness to do it better than him, there's no excuse for.
Cindy!
Courtney is a good person, even to Cindy. Okay, this seems more like where Dr. McNider was. Dr. McNider, for real, for real?
Dr. Midnight?
Oh wow. Oh Jesus Christ.
Quickly.
Is that what he always hears?
This is what the Shadowlands really look like. Without the projections of your subconscious.
It's a big move taking them off for her.
Look at that all the time.
It's better than the alternative.
All that is good in your life, any light inside you, you have to hold on to.
There's so much light inside you, my love. Come on, Dr. McNider, talk to Beth, please, so they can know that she's there and try and figure out a way to get her out. The Shade could surely frickin' help after everything he did to get her there. We are finding this bastard and we are making him bring Courtney home.
In 2 different locations? How?
Interesting. I'm scared that he's not quite as put together as he seems.
Why?
The healing power of the diamond was unfortunately halted when Eclipso destroyed it. So
Poor
I've been
you.
forced to
She was ripped away from us because of you.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna help
Fix
us
it.
get Courtney back. I care about my daughter right now who's in danger.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get her back,
No.
then
No, Barbara. Please. No threats. Make no mistake, I still have enough power to kill you both where you stand.
then kill me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to live without my daughter.
Oh, bruh. See, that's the truth of a mother's love.
Courtney!
Can you hear me?
We can hear you!
They need to walk towards the light. Quickly, please.
Courtney, hurry!
Go, 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 go!
Mom, I'll be right back.
No! Courtney! Courtney, come back! Now!
Bless her soul.
Game.
I'd like to throw you through a window.
I didn't mean to upset you.
Oh lord, Eclipso was doing it.
So angry with me that day.
Look at the monster. In a cage. Where he belongs.
Yes, Eclipso, you are a monster in a cage. That's correct. That is where you belong.
The doorway to Cindy.
You've got this, my love. Stay focused.
You feel about him like you do me.
He's trying to get the anger and grief and rage out of you, my darling. Stay strong. Find Cindy. I do not blame her if she snaps right now, but just keep going, my darling.
How do you feel about me?
I think you're really cute, actually. That is a totally okay emotion to feel. Yes, he feeds on it. But Courtney, sweetheart, of course you hate him. That's okay. Let him view that as some kind of victory. You're doing fine.
I still do.
Exactly, sweetheart. Now go with Courtney,
It's not
please.
real. I found a way out of here. We have to go.
She came back for you. She could have been at home hugging all her family right now. Oh, good. Oh my god. I know, sweetheart. That was almost nice to get to see her.
People that I died doing something good.
You did. If you're really dying. Because there were 2 signals. Beth and Jenny went to the other one. But that does look like death. Is there like an evil shade in the other location or something?
Who wants to kill Eclipso?
We need everyone we can get on this mission. Maybe working with them is going to help Cindy realise that they aren't the root of all her evils and make her stop going down a self-destructive evil path, because that's what she did last time. You could even get Artemis in the team. Okay, that was a lot. The idea of the Shadowland being somewhere where you face your worst fears and your worst insecurities, and you know, I don't think Barbara has ever thought that about Courtney. I think, you know, there may have been times when at her absolute lowest where she'd have thought, oh god, if I hadn't had that, if I hadn't got pregnant, my life would be so different, like when she was working, like when her life was at its hardest. But the thought of not having Courtney would never have crossed her mind in the slightest, because she loves her so much. But for Courtney, seeing how much her mum has to struggle, knowing how her mum, you know, is only now getting to do the job she kind of dreamt of doing, would really shake your confidence and make you think, oh, my mum's life would be so much better without me. I don't know. And then to see Cindy kind of having to process everything and going through everything she's ever been through again and again and again, I think seeing it and hearing about it will have really helped Courtney get more of an understanding of Cindy and where she comes from. It's one of those things where, like I always say, having that kind of tragic, awful past doesn't excuse everything you've done, but it explains it, and it offers the path to redemption if you can acknowledge that you've been acting in a similar toxic way to the people you hate yourself. So I do hope going forward that Cindy's not going to become a recurring villain. She does not have to join the team as a good guy, but I just don't want to see her down the line being someone we have to face yet again. and we need all the help we can get right now. I remember way back in season 1, last season, when there was even a point then when I thought maybe Cindy was going to join Courtney and fight against the ISA, and of course she didn't. Artemis, has she just been living in a foster family? Has she been hiding from Eclipso? I don't know. We need to kind of fix her. It was really great to see Joey again. Obviously it wasn't really Joey, but kind of, I feel like that was sort of linked into Courtney's feelings of blame about the whole thing, and I do think it's kind of funny that Courtney is such a good person that to begin with, the only thing he could find to torture her with was that one time she pretended a magic trick worked, which was actually her trying to be kind to the boy, although I suppose, I think I said at the time, I don't know, like, it also, like, could set him up to go on stage and fail. The big defining moment when he got her to admit she hates him, I get that he feeds off that negative emotion, and I get that making someone who's such a good person express hate is a big deal for him, because he can feed off of that for a while. But at the end of the day, yeah, fuck no shit, Sherlock. Of course she hates you. I hate you. Cindy hates you. Pat hates you. Barbara hates you. Mike hates you. Beth hates you. Yolanda hates you. Rick hates you. Anyone that knows you exist hates you. I feel like he probably hates himself a little bit. You know, I get that he feeds off negativity, and so making Courtney be outwardly negative is something that was useful to him. But at the end of the day, I would have been like, well, yeah, I hate you. I think it was interesting that it brought up that she still hasn't fully made peace with her dad, but of course she doesn't. No one makes fully peace with a parent like that. You can kind of get through it, you can get to a place where you're okay with it, but when it's still so fresh for her because he came back in her life and all that kind of thing, it is going to be a lot for her to deal with. I'm glad we got Cindy back. When she got sucked, like when, you know, Isaac was eaten and Cindy was sucked through, I was like, okay, so she'll probably be wherever Dr. McNider is, and I'm glad we have her back because I do enjoy her as a character. I find her tiresome as a villain just because I feel like it's quite, her reasons for hating the good guys are quite petty and childish, but I do hope going forwards that she either becomes a good guy or at the very least becomes an anti-hero like the Shade and just kind of stops being a nuisance. I don't know. I'm worried about where Beth and Jenny went, because there were the two signals. Now, was that just some like residual Shade energy in the other place, or is that going to be something that's going to help us in the next one? So that was episode 11, so we've got 2 episodes left. Rick is still in prison. We need to get him out. We need to get his conviction, his charges dropped. Yolanda we need to go to and try and support her through this time. We don't even need her on the team necessarily, we just need to be friends for her. But going forward, I can't even imagine, you know, at the beginning of this episode, Barbara thought her daughter was dead. I just can't even begin to comprehend what she went through to then be able to hold her in her arms. And as much as, you know, they've been quite good with trying to be okay with the kids running risks greater than I feel like any parent should be okay with their 16-year-old doing, I do feel like for me, if I was Barbara going forwards, I wouldn't want Courtney anywhere near villains like Eclipso just because I lost her once. But I also think you do have to respect Courtney's agency and her decision making, and yes, it's a mess. It's a whole messy situation. But I'm so glad we got Dr. McNider back. Part of me is worried. I'm like, I know he had the goggles the whole time which protected him, but I'm like, what if we brought back something that wasn't quite Dr. Charles McNider that we lost? I don't know. He seems like a good guy. And that's another thing. Are we going to keep him? Is he going to stick around? Because, you know, he doesn't technically exist anymore because, or if he does, he's a lot younger than he should be and all that side of thing. I'm really intrigued. This was another solid episode. Stargirl has been very, very good from the beginning, and I'm so excited to see what happens in the next 2 episodes. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and thank you for watching.